Good morning, everyone. Hi, I'm Lynette, and this is Charm Grammy Crochet. Yes, I'm in the dining room again. uh, I'll be in the yarn room hopefully tomorrow. This is Charm Chatter, I think number 128, maybe 129. I don't know. I'll get it right in the description. And today is January 3rd, and this will be Fun in 21, day 3. And I got some yarn in the mail. And then after we're done talking about all that, I've had some people ask me about the stained glass and how I got started and how to get started and things like that about stained glass. So at the end of my yarn talk, I will address those issues and show you some more stuff. And if you're interested in sticking around, great. And if not, I understand. It's not a glass channel, it's a yarn channel. But it's making me want to dabble in. I'm going to be off work for a couple of weeks, which makes me really want to get into some glass, but I don't have all the supplies I need. That means shopping. Ooh, I like shopping, even for glass. But let's get started. I want to thank everyone for joining me today in the dining room. And like I said, tomorrow probably I should hopefully be able to film in the yarn room again. My husband bought me another bookcase because I ran out of space. So he bought me another shelf, a freestanding shelf, and I'm in the process of rearranging, and you can't even walk in there. Like, I have this much space to stand. It's ridiculous. But it will get done. It will get done today. And then I can film in there again, yay. And I'll show you what changes I made. So anyway, tomorrow you can join me in the yarn room. And if you're not a subscriber, please hit that subscribe button. If you are a subscriber, yay, thank you so much. Thanks for coming back again and again, watching, commenting, sharing, and being a part of my yarn journey and a yarny friend. So let's see, first off, let's go with Fun in 21 and see what we get from Madonna today. Thank you so much for Donna. I know I already love it. Let's see. Wrapped and wrapped and wrapped. It's brightly colored. What is this? Oh wait, it's two things. Oh, it's an elephant pillowcase. Look at how pretty that is. Are you seeing the whole thing? It's very, oh, I love it. I bet this is another one. Oh, this one's upside down. Look at those. Oh my goodness, do you see the colors? And it's two-sided. Both of them are two-sided. Madonna, these are gorgeous. Oh, I totally love them. And they're so soft. Oh my goodness gracious, I love them. Oh wait, there's something in one of these. Hold on. There's more. Wait a minute. Let's see, there's a zipper. I saw a zipper somewhere. No. It's a trick. I know I saw a zipper. There's something in there, you can't get to it. There's the zipper. Elephant buttons. Look at them. They're adorable. Let's see. There's several different colors. There's purple, there's browns, there's tans. Oh my gosh. Look, they got, oh, not inside. Oop, he's upside down. Purple, brown one, and they're all like patch quilted. Lime green, of course, gray, yellow. Did I show you a tan one already? Oh my God, they are so cute. Oh, did I show you the blue one? Aren't they adorable? Oh, Madonna, you did so good. Oh, I love them. Now I have to make something to put them on. Oh, how fun. Oh, I love them. I got to get them back in the little bag. So cute. And the pillow covers, I love them too. Joann's has all this stuff on sale today. You guys, I wanted to tell you that too. If you guys aren't subscribed, to the yarn stores and the I don't know if subscribed is the word, but the yarn stores and the crafting stores, like they send you, Joann's not only emails me every day coupons and, you know, what's on sale or special sales or, you know, weekly sales, special events, anything like that. They email me, and Joann's also texts me. And I get them from Premier. I get them from Lion Brand. Lion Brand has 5 for $10. I know Ross, the Smell Great guy, I think that's it. I used to call him the smelly guy, but that was wrong. He talked about all the different things. You had to buy 5, certain colors, certain yarns, but you could mix and match. As long as you were buying 5, you were getting them for $10. Right now, I just read the text right before I started this video. This week, Joann's has 40% off of a lot of the Lion Brand Woolies Thick and Quick, the thick yarns, 40% off. And Premier is right now having 21% off store-wide. And Premier, not as much Lion Brand, but Premier frequently has, if you spend 60 or 75 or whatever dollars, you get free shipping. I always buy, you know, the amount to get you free shipping because I don't like to pay shipping. And I won't, you know, unless it's like $1 a skein. If you can get that kind of a deal, which now, since COVID and the prices went up and the tariffs and whatever, the yarn itself has gone up. Now it's usually $2 is a really good deal. But like last year it was $1 a skein. This year I think the $2 a skein is like the deal of deals, and I would pay for shipping for that kind of a deal. Because they have yarns in there, I think, that are like $8, $9, $10 a skein for $2. Even if you pay shipping, you're getting a hell of a deal. So keep that in mind. If you're getting $2 a skein for $2.50 yarn, I'm not paying for shipping for that. But any place that offers free shipping, get the shipping for free. You know, spend a little extra. Buy a little extra yarn. Well, obviously that's how I feel about it. Madonna, I love these. Thank you so much. So I did, as a matter of fact, get in some Premier yarn. It's a Lion Brand. They had, I don't remember how much they were. Well, it tells me that I bought 20 units, but I don't know what I paid. I don't remember what I paid. I ordered it a while ago, and I bought all the same color, but apparently I bought a couple of each. I mean, I bought all the same yarn, but a couple of each. It's all low tide. I did open it because I'm redoing the yarn room. It came yesterday, and I needed to know, I need to make space for it. I thought I would get further in the, I wasn't going to put it away until I showed it to you, but I wanted to make a space for it. So I did open the box to see what was in there. But it's all this low tide. I have several different colors. But let me tell you about it. This color, this pink color, is called Cove. And it's a chain spun yarn. I don't know if you can see that. I've never used it, but it's very, I'm trying to figure out where the, there you go. So you can see the chain in it. It's very light. It's a very light yarn. It is 3.5 ounces, 100 grams, 306 yards, 280 meters, 81% acrylic, 19% polyester. It is a 4-weight, and they're saying 5mm hook, 5mm needles, and 5.5mm hook. And this color, like I said, is called Cove, and it's a pink. And I got a couple of every color that I purchased. I kind of remember, I actually had like, oh, and I do this all the time. This will make a really nice sweater, or this will make a really nice summer top. I never make those things, very rarely, because I'm not really good at them. Well, I'm getting better. I mean, I made something that I can't show you yet because it's a gift and she hasn't received it, and it turned out great, and that really has boosted my ego as far as making wearables. So let's see, this color is purple and it's called Cabana. But I really did purchase these with the idea in mind of these would make really nice summer tops. This color is green and it's called Dunes. And this one is Driftwood. I totally love the colors. Now I know, I mean, it's hard to know online what they're really going to look like when you get them home. This one is called Waves. It's a much deeper blue than I thought it was going to be. And this one is called Coast. It's like a light blue, and it kind of looks tealish in here, but it doesn't look tealish to me. But I think my color scheme, I'm not always really good with it. This one is called Shell. And it's, I don't know, like a tannish pink. They all have an undertone color in there, besides the color that's in it. So let's see, I think I got like 2 or 3, oh wait, there's one more darker gray here. And this color is called Jetty. So let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh wait, I'm missing a couple. Hold on. Some of them are very close in color. Oh, did I show you Shell? Yep, we got Shell. It says that I've got 9 colors, but I didn't pull out 9 colors yet. Dunes. What's this one? Oh, Sandbar. Yep, I did not show this one yet. This is a tan, for sure. Let's see, did I get the gray? Jetty. I don't want to miss a color for you. Sandbar again. Driftwood, showed you that one. Waves. Cabana. Coast. Palm. Oh, yep, there's 2 of those. These are more like a sea green. This is showing it, I think, brighter. They're all muted shades. So I know when I was ordering, I was thinking it's a 4-weight for 300 yards, but it says but it's light. It's very light. So I know I was thinking like maybe a stripe with colors that were similar, putting these colors together, putting the grays together, or mix and matching, you know, like that. I don't know that I like the blues together. Maybe. And I know I was thinking this. I can't hold all 6. The purple, the pink, and the light pink. And I think there were a couple of like greenish shades that could maybe go together. So I don't know. I was thinking if I had all these different colors of the same yarn, you know, you could do some really cool, like the purple and the dark gray or light gray or whatever, or add the 2 grays and add a, you know, brighter color in there. So anyway, that's why I bought them. I bought a couple of each one, thinking that summer tops are would be nice out of it, or even a lightweight summer shawl, but I was more thinking tops. And it's not real thin, because most of the yarns that are real thin for real hot summer days are like, even the cotton cakes or comfy cottons, they're thick and they're warm for summer, even though it's like mostly cotton. It's still real warm. So these I knew were lightweight and still get a 4. So that we'll try it for wearables for summer, and that's why I purchased them. So that's what I've got as far as my yarn, new gifts, sale stuff that I wanted to tell you about. I did not buy, you guys, I did not buy anything from Library, and I'm going to tell you it's been really, really hard because they got some really nice stuff, and I know that it's still on sale today. And I keep telling myself, no. But it's $2, and you can mix and match. You can buy 5 different yarns, one skein of 5 different yarns, and get it for $2 as long as it's the ones in the sale. They've got some really pretty colors. So if you're in the market for cheap yarn, they don't have a free shipping that I'm aware of. So I'm sorry for that one, but that's what you get. For $2 for, some of these yarns were $9, or like $9.99 regular price. So jump on that if you so desire. I really desire, but I'm not going to. I'm being good. As I'm putting away, rearranging my yarn in my yarn room, I'm like, I love having it, but I like where I can see my yarn. I don't want to put it in bins and put in another room or in an attic or whatever. I want to be able to see it. I want to go in there and be inspired and play with it. Oh, I like this color with this color or whatever. And I can't do that if it's in bins. And then if it's in bins, then it's out of sight, out of mind. And I forget that I have it. So that's not good either. So anyway, enough of the yarn. That's all I have for you on yarny stuff today. But I will answer now questions that I had about making stained glass. I made my first projects. I actually found, I think, my very first project. I went down looking in my basement. There were 2 things I was looking for, and I only found one of them, so I think I might have given the other one away. Or I just didn't look deep enough into the basement. So, grab this. Someone had said, you could probably make a lot of money selling stained glass. You probably can, but it's a specific market. You can sell, and just like any crafting, it gets expensive it's expensive to make, and then you have to, some things can be expensive to make. And then stained glass is expensive to buy. So not everybody will buy it, and not everybody, some people are like, oh, that's really bad. But you get that with anything. But it's a specific niche because it's not like people put stained glass windows in their houses. My house is very old, and it is, it's over 100 years old, and it is a design that would easily house stained glass in it. Modern homes, you can do more modern designs for sure. But I think maybe people are getting into, oh, that would be really pretty, and they're liking the modern designs of stained glass more and more now. But that's just happening, I think. Like when I started and made my first stained glass things for my home, people were like, oh, that's really cool, but not anybody wanted that for their house. But what got me started was I had been to a home improvement store, and you know how you can buy those front doors and they have like the leaded stained glass in the panels. I'm like, oh, those are gorgeous. I've always liked leaded glass. And there is a difference between just leaded and stained. I mean, stained and leaded glass, but same but different. Like 4-weight versus 5-weight. You know what I mean, as far as yarn goes. And I'll explain. But anyway, I have a bathroom window that has clear glass in it, and someone along the way put wooden shutters. And when we bought the house, they had those ugly plastic circle glass. Remember back like in the 70s, I think, people, maybe early 80s, they would have the big in the ceiling, they would have those big light fixtures, and they would have a plastic glass panel over them with the big circles and whatever. They had cut that up. It was in a dark yellow, like mustardish color, and they put those in the bathroom in the window with those plastic glass things in there. ugliest things on the face of the planet. But the outside of the shutter is wood, and not bad. I mean, it's nice, but they had it painted and it was ugly, really ugly. But I really liked the shutter itself, so I took the plastic plastic glass out, and I put stretched curtains in there. Because if you don't have something covering that window, you can see right into the bathtub if you're standing up and getting in and out of the bathtub, and from a different angle, you can, if you're a gentleman standing up to go to the bathroom, you're completely standing in front of the window. Placement of the window wasn't really smart when they built the house, but it is what it is. So you have to have something covering that window or you're in trouble. So the shutter covers anything that you would be able to see. So anyway, I saw this door and I'm like, oh my God, I want that in the shutter in my bathroom. So I started pricing to have those made. Now the window, the shutters are, each individual panel is 7 inches wide and it's like 20 or 21 inches tall. And so I started, like, back then you had a Yellow Pages, remember that? So I started looking through the Yellow Pages. I did some online searching, which wasn't as easy as online searching is now, because this had to be 20 years ago. So anyway, I found within a 20-minute drive, there was a glass studio. They did do classes. They have gone out of business since, but they did do classes. They were mostly commercial, like custom church windows. They would, make new windows for your church, repair windows for your church. So it was a big warehouse that they held classes in. Once in a while, one of the artists there would hold classes just for extra money for themselves, I think. And I can't remember. I think it was like $60 for the class. I don't remember. But I remember that I was pricing out these windows, and to have them made for the 3 panels was going to cost me $600. Well, I was not spending $600 because you guys know me, I'm cheap. And I had 3 kids. I was trying to, we were poor, man. We were broke. We weren't poor, but we were broke. So I'm like, there's no way I'm paying $600 for that. I couldn't afford it in a million years. I mean, I wouldn't pay that now even. And I could afford it much better now, but I wouldn't pay that now. But I found this place that they will teach you. So I went there and I took a class. As part of the class, you had to buy your own glass, and they sold glass for your projects. It was mostly like their leftovers, but they did have a little small retail area where you could buy glass, and whatever supplies you needed. I think they let you borrow their soldering guns. I can't remember, or if they gave you one with the class. I think they let you borrow, but then you had to purchase your own if you wanted to do it at home. But it was a good way to figure out if I even liked it. Nowadays, you can easily go to YouTube, and there will be instructors there to teach you. I personally would not suggest that. You are dealing with things that you can, potentially really hurt yourself with if you're not careful, if you don't know what you're doing. And it would be really frustrating if you, there's certain angles you need to hold your cutter at. The cutter won't cut you. You'd be really hard pressed to cut yourself on the glass cutter. It's a diamond tipped little wheel, but you have to hold it properly. You have to, everything, there's a technique. And I personally think I would never have gotten it if there wasn't someone to say, no, hold it at this angle. Don't do this because you'll break your glass funny. And you won't get that kind of detailed instruction on a video. Personally, now I feel like I might go down and dabble in my glass room in the basement over the next 2 weeks or 3 while I'm off from work, because I've gotten myself excited about it again, and I have some time off work because I do cut myself. I can't work with Band-Aids on my fingers. And if you cut yourself, you're going to wear Band-Aids on your fingers, and you'll cut yourself and not even realize you're cut until you're bleeding, because the glass cuts very sharp. And just handling it, it's not necessarily breaking the glass that you cut yourself, it's just picking it up wrong, handling the glass. That's where I cut myself, not in the breaking of the glass. But anyway, So I would definitely look for, Google, if you have a Yellow Pages. I don't know if anywhere still makes those. We don't have them in our area. For personal instruction, take a class. Some of the local community colleges even hold a class. It's not hard to learn, and you can get started inexpensively. I think you can buy a soldering iron for like $20. I still use the original one I had 20 years ago, and you can buy a glass cutter for probably $5. And then the glass depends on the colors and what you choose and how much you need for the project that you do. So this is I think this is the first project that I ever made. And it is leaded and stained. I mean, leaded and foil wrapped. No, it's not. I take it back. It is all leaded. So this is leaded. There are things that are foil that hold your glass together. But this is the very first thing. So easy to cut pieces. And then you fit them into a frame. It's a little small. If you look close here, you can see this is the tube that actually frames the glass. The wood does not actually frame the glass. So you put it then into the frame. It's a little small because this is showing, but part of that might just be that the lead is thicker than the edge of my mirror, or on my frame, but that's okay. So you take a pattern, as I said yesterday, you need 2 copies of it, and you lay the pattern on your glass, you trace it, and then you have to cut it, and then you fit it together like a puzzle. So that was, I think, the very first project that I made. Not a lot of cuts and long, easy cuts. So you use a marker, there's special scissors so that it cuts your pattern apart and leaves space to put the lead, because it's actual pieces of lead. And you have to be careful when you're using that, because it is lead. You can poison yourself, so you have to wash your hands when you're done. You can't eat and munch while you're working with lead, because you really will poison yourself. Another reason not to do it online, because they might not think to tell you that, as they're like not knowing that you've never done this before. This is the shutter. It goes this direction, and there's 3 little bevels in it. That's the back, that's the front. No, wait, that's the bevel way. Really doesn't matter. And so I kind of designed it to fit in my space, and I made 3 exactly the same. Again, this was a very easy pattern to do. It wasn't easy for me at the beginning because I didn't know what the heck I was doing, but they turned out, and they still work to this day. And I love them. So now my bathroom always has to have green in it. But Madonna, you're loving me, I know, because I have green in my bathroom. But I do. I always make sure, because I'm not replacing I love my shutters still to this day. And I'm not replacing them. I can easily make new ones, and I believe, because there's not a lot of glass in here, the bevels were maybe a couple bucks a piece. I think I spent, with the class, as I recall, I spent $120 to make all 3 of them, including the price of the class, learning how to do it. I'm like, oh, I could pay $600 and have somebody else do it, or for $120, I think I made all 3 of the pieces and took the class and bought the supplies and everything. I have made windows for people. I have made windows that go in cabinets. I've made some lampshades, real simple. I don't have anything that's real intricate. Other than the most intricate things I think that I've made are my window that I showed you, with the beads in it, and that's my own design. And the windows, like this one back here that I showed you yesterday, when they're big. The mirrors that I made for my kids are big. And again, those were my own designs. And I wish I could insert pictures. I don't even know where the pictures are now, but I don't know how to do that, so I can't insert pictures for you. Those are the most intricate things that I've made. but you can make beautiful things and they don't have to be intricate. And I think if you take a class here in Cuyahoga Falls, which is about 45 minutes from me, I've taken 2 classes at a glass store there. That glass store is still in business. And they are a retail shop and a warehouse. It's called Leaded Glass 2, I think. And they sell everything that you need. They do instruction. They do class. Oh, they used to do classes. I imagine they can't do classes right now because of COVID. I learned to make lampshades there. And they're very helpful. But I personally wouldn't feel comfortable just learning from YouTube. Now, if I decide to go clean up my glass area and play in my glass for the next couple of weeks, I'll show you guys what I do if I decide to do that. I think I want to, but I have to go to the glass store because I don't have any more solder. Because you take your pieces, you put them together, and you either put foil around the edges because the glass won't stick to itself. So you either put foil around the edges or you put lead, and then you solder the pieces together. Either way, you solder the pieces together. Let me pull this down. Don't mind me. Let me grab her over here. Look at this. So this is fallen and it's got cracks in it someplace, but so the rose, there's no lead here. This is all, they use a real thin foil and you press it against the sides of the glass and you rub it on. You have a little tool that you use to do that. And then you put the solder and solder the pieces together. This method is a lot less expensive. The lead to do this is gotten to be very expensive. So most of the time things are made this way now because it's just really expensive to do the lead. But you have to frame your stuff if you're doing like in a window, it needs to be framed, and you have to use some kind of lead or zinc or something for that to hold it together while you're putting it in the window. Or frame, whatever, if you're just framing it like this. So anyway, I personally would want to take a class and have someone actually teach me the right way to hold your glass cutter, the best way to break the glass. There's some tools that will help you break glass without snapping it, particularly in the beginning. I'm still afraid to snap the glass. I mean, I do snap it, but I use my breaking tool first. I try to do that first because snapping, sometimes you snap it and you get little slivers. So you don't want to do this around little kids. I started doing, and I really enjoyed doing it, and then I had grandbabies that lived in the house, so I put the glass away because they want to be around you, and you don't want them to be around actual lead. You don't want them to be around the glass slivers that I end up with all over the place. And you can, you have to know how to use the solder gun, iron. You have to learn how to use that without burning yourself. And none of that stuff is hard. It just takes practice. And a little bit of skill, but you don't really need much skill. You just have to be able to cut the glass straight. You have to use your cutter straight. If you have it at an angle, your glass will break. So if I'm trying to make a piece that is this shape and I twist my cutter and just a little, I'm not straight in the cut, then the glass is going to break differently than what I've scored it. And you don't actually cut through the glass, you're just marking it. With a deep little trench, and then you snap the glass, you break the glass on that line that you drew with your cutter. So that's the technique that needs the practice and the skill. I remember in my first class, like she gave us scraps of glass because, like I said, this was a big warehouse. They made big, custom commercial projects, like for churches and stuff like that. And so she had like pieces of scrap glass that were, just leftovers. And she gave us all several pieces of glass and just had us like mark the glass, and then practice cutting like I use a marker, just like a Sharpie, and you write on your glass, draw your line, and then cut on your line and cut on your line, and then cut curves and like a snake pattern like this, and then cut it and break it and cut it and break it, and that's what we did for most, like a whole class, was just cut and break glass and not be afraid to break it, and learn how, if you don't have your cutter on there just right, it's not going to break right, and it was okay. It was just scraps anyway. But even now, because I don't do glass very often, when I do it, I take some scrap glass, which I have a lot of, and I practice, because it's been a while. I haven't. I think the last time I actually put a cutter on my glass has probably been. I've been at the casino 8.5 years. And I think I've made one thing during that time, because, as I said, it's hard to deal cards with your fingers with band-aids on them. I can't spin the ball in the roulette wheel, if I have band-aids on my fingers, or cuts, because you'll reopen them. And then there's hazard material on your table, and that's a real problem. So I had to kind of put the glass away for a while, but I'm off for a couple of weeks. So if I can do the cutting, and get it to the point of being, have the edges not be sharp in time to heal before I go back to work, I could play with my glass for a little while. So if I decide to do that, I have to go to the glass store and get more solder. I'm out of solder. No, actually, the last thing I made was that window that I showed you yesterday. I'll turn you and show it to you again. Don't mind the mess on my table. Yeah, that was the last project I made, and it took a while. And I did make that while working. A lot of it, the beads, I didn't have to cut anything. The mirrors in the center, I didn't have to cut anything. So it was just the glass on the outside. And I did wear gloves. While handling the glass, I did wear glass gloves, so that I didn't cut myself as much. And I did it when I was on vacation. That part of it. So if I do get down into the basement and work in any of that stuff, I'll be sure to show you guys along the way. That's all I have for today. I hope that answered everybody's questions. Designing and working with the glass is a real thrill for me. I really enjoy doing it. When I don't work, I will get more into it again, because it's a very creative, beautiful outlet, if you ask me. But YouTube does have a lot of people that, there's tutorial people, content creators on YouTube, I'm sure. And Pinterest has a lot of stained glass stuff on there. And you can get really inspired by the things that you see on Pinterest. And I think can't they do tutorials on Pinterest too? I think they can. I don't know, but maybe it's just YouTube that I've watched them on. Sometimes I sit and watch YouTube tutorial, or people, Pinterest and YouTube, and look at the stained glass people, and I'm like, oh, I want to play. And then I cut myself, and then I'm like, ah. So maybe I will this week. That's all I have for you today, ladies and gentlemen. I will see you again tomorrow with day 4 of Fun in 21. I hope everybody's having a good year so far. And I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.